Is Bloxburg dying? Hey evanators, welcome back to my channel. You are now in the basement and you cannot get out until the end of the video. So, I've seen a lot of debate online about whether Bloxburg is dying. Everybody is seeming to think that it is, so I thought we would just run through some of the reasons why people think it's dying. I'll probably state some of my opinions in this, so I'd just like to preface that any opinions that I say in this are my own, ones that I am entitled to, and you are all entitled to your own opinion as well, but remember to not be hateful to the developers and the creators. You cannot like an update or a thing in the game and not have to hate on people for it. So I saw this thread by the Best of Bloxburg, one of my favourite Bloxburg Twitter pages. They always post pretty much everything under the sun. I don't know how they do it, but I'm very appreciative of them. And they asked, is Bloxburg dying? Which is, of course, the question that we are all asking today. Now, somebody showed a graph of the player count since Bloxburg went free, and to say it's declined would be correct. It has clearly declined. The graph has clearly gone down a lot. I mean, on the first day of it becoming free, we remember seeing like what? I think the last I checked it was like 360 something K, which is insane, by the way. I did not expect it to get that big. But yeah, so the player count has clearly gone down since Bloxburg has become free, which is not really what I expected, because I expected it to go up. And I mean, it still has gone up a little bit. Like, we're still getting more players than we would like in the daytime and stuff like that. But overall, it's not as big of a surge as I thought it would be. There's a couple of factors that I think affect this player drop. I think one of the most obvious things that I need to bring up is the entire drama of the update before the festival one. If you've been on my page for a while, you will know that I pretty much documented the entire Bloxburg drama unfolding, and you can literally see it all over my page. It's kind of like a little scrapbook, a little memory folder of everything that happened. But yeah, the Bloxburg community literally just went up in flames, and I think a lot of people quit because of that update. People didn't like the new job system, people thought that they weren't really listening to the community and stuff like that, which are all valid points, I suppose. It's not something that everybody wanted, and it's not something that everybody's happy about, so it's completely fair. If people want to quit, I'm not going to tell them to do otherwise. There was definitely a lack of communication when the update came out. I feel like they just kind of went a little bit AWOL from the community, and they just didn't explain everything until like a couple of weeks in, I'm pretty sure, which to me was very strange. I feel like if they'd addressed it at the start, then it wouldn't have dragged on as long, and all of these like riots and stuff like that wouldn't have been happening as much. But yeah, they took a while to respond to all of the uprising drama, and it kind of just like relit something, and it all just started up again because people were angry at the statement. So I don't know, it's a very weird situation, but it's kind of in the past now, but people are still angry about the whole job update thing, and I get it, I do get it. I personally haven't seen a drop in the amount of money I make, like a really significant drop, but I know that some people definitely have. But yeah, so I think that update was a main contributing factor, especially when it comes to original players or like the OGs who used to play the game before it became free. Now, I'm not too sure if this is true, but this person said that when the free update came out, well, Bloxburg became free, that on mobile and console the entire tutorial just didn't work, which is crazy to me, because when you think about it, most of the new free players are going to be quite young, because I feel like that's when like you can't buy Robux for yourself or buy the game for yourself and stuff like that, and you just kind of had to wait for it to become free. So yeah, it not being usable on mobile would be a contributing factor, because how are they meant to know how to work the game? My personal opinion on the tutorial is that it was very long and kind of over-detailed. That's just a personal opinion of mine. If you are a free player who's watching this video, who joined after Bloxburg became free, and you watched the tutorial and you had no idea what to do in Bloxburg, let me know if it was actually helpful. Maybe it's just because I'm experienced in Bloxburg and I've been playing it for years. But yeah, I just thought that the tutorial was a little bit over-explained, if you know what I mean. Like, it took quite a while. Like, it took me a good 10 minutes to finish the tutorial. I mean, come on, it even showed me how to walk, okay? Which I was like, oh, because it doesn't really like compute in your head that some people aren't going to know that, you know what I mean? But yeah, there's that side of it where some mechanisms just don't work. And then there's also the side of it with when Bloxburg became free, some of the free players got the original players' rewards. And I feel like that just ignited a flame in every single Bloxburg original player. And it might have pushed them over the edge a little bit, because I remember that a lot of people were angry about that. And fair enough. Fair enough, if you're going to give rewards to original players, at least make sure that the new players cannot access it at all. I mean, they fixed the bug super quickly. I don't blame them at all. I'm not going to hold it against them, but, you know, it definitely started something. Now we're going to move on to the topic of Coeptus. If you don't know who Coeptus is, he is the old owner of Bloxburg, and he used to pretty much run Bloxburg on his own. And then I think he kind of realised, maybe I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. Maybe this isn't for me anymore. Maybe I just don't want to do it anymore. And he gave the game over to Coffee Stain, who is now running Bloxburg. This person said, when Coeptus was in charge of everything, he made updates that users wanted. Now they only do updates to make us play for more time, but it's not what the players want. I'm not really sure how to feel about this. I feel like the updates have definitely grown since it was given over to Coffee Stain. I've seen a lot more items, a lot more game mechanisms since Coffee Stain took over, and I honestly like that. I feel like with Coeptus, we got really small updates. Like when you look back, especially on one of my TikToks, I did this in my Bloxburg TikTok reacting video to all of my old Bloxburg TikToks, and I got so hyped over like some vines and a plant. And looking back, I'm like, why are you so excited? What's going on? So yeah, the updates have definitely grown, and I am very appreciative of that, because old updates used to be so small, so small. I don't know if they're doing it because they want us to play for longer on the game, because it seems like people aren't actually playing as long on the game. Like they're playing in like 20-minute intervals and then getting bored. And I feel like that could actually just be caused by media in general. We are so used to taking in short form content, especially because of TikTok, or having really short attention spans. So playing a game for more than a couple of hours now it's rare unless you're really invested. That's kind of why I switched over to doing YouTube videos instead of doing TikToks, because I was sick of doing short form content. I prefer doing longer videos. I prefer sitting in front of a camera and talking. Anyway, we're getting off topic. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that off my chest. But what I think the main factor about Bloxburg, you know, possibly dying a little bit, is the roleplay base. In my opinion, Bloxburg is known as a building game and a roleplay game. And over the past year or so, I reckon, the whole roleplay factor has died completely. When you go into a public server now, there's nothing to do. You'll say like, oh, ABC for a kid in chat. Nobody will respond. And this is especially a problem for new players. New players see videos online of people doing these Bloxburg family roleplays. I'm literally in one of those families, and they think that they can recreate that in Bloxburg, and they think that they can have these fun roleplays with other people in the game, and then they join the game and everybody is in build mode. Original players have definitely gotten used to treating this as just a building game, which is fine. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that people just want to build in the game, but when everybody's in build mode, they're not looking at the chat, they're not wanting to do anything else but build. And for new players and stuff like that, they don't know what to do, because they're probably not too sure about like finding roleplay neighborhoods and stuff like that. So they just feel kind of lost, and then they leave the game and go to a different roleplay game. I really want Bloxburg roleplaying to come back. I need it to make a comeback, because quite honestly, I'm sick of builds. I'm sick of builds. Now, I'm not saying that I'm sick of other people doing builds. I'm just sick of having to build myself, okay? I want the roleplays back, please. Building takes so much time, so much effort, and it just feels like I don't really get anywhere when I build, because I'm not the best builder in the planet, okay? I'm not one of those people that can make something look extremely realistic, and I have so much respect for people that can do that, by the way, because it is so hard. But I'd love Bloxburg to make a comeback where it can be a building game and a roleplay game at the same time, and they can coexist together, because right now we've barely got any roleplay options, let's be honest. And also, can I just say that none of these updates have really been regarding role-playing. I feel like they're definitely trying to push building more now. Does that make sense? I feel like that's what they're pushing a little bit more, which is fine. They can push it to be a building game because most of the players right now are builders. But I would like to see some roleplay based updates, maybe just like new items and stuff like that, more interactive things like that you can put in your houses and stuff like that, more locations, more buildings, you know, the map revamp. I feel like the map revamp would definitely be more revolved around role players, because that's what role players do. They go around the map, they go to little shops and stuff like that. But the recent updates have mostly been about mechanics and build mode items, which is fine. But I feel bad for the role players, okay? I'm sorry they don't get enough attention. I'm so sorry. But yeah, overall, Bloxburg is having this decline because of pretty much all of these factors. Any negative factor that you can think of, that's probably why it's dying a little bit. I mean, it isn't gonna ever be fully dead, I don't think, because they have a loyal player base. I, for one, am still a very loyal fan of Bloxburg, but I'm not afraid to point out its faults or things that could be changed or things that need to be changed. Let me know what you think about Bloxburg dying in the comments. Let me know if you think that it's true, and let me know if I missed any factors in this video about what you think might attribute to that slightly declining player base. Anyways, evanators, you are now released from the basement. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means the absolute world to me. Be sure to like, comment and share this video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure to check out the links in my description if you want to find any of my other social medias or chat to me. That was a mouthful. I love you all so much. Have an amazing day or night. Bye, guys.